Ladies and gentlemen, this story is beyond sickening. This story reminds you about a couple of years ago in Boston when a white couple, when a white man called the police, accusing a black man of robbing and killing his wife, and then the Boston police went to a black neighborhood and arrest every black person in that neighborhood that quote unquote fit the description. And it turns out that her husband lied and he killed his own wife, staged his own wife's murder, and then later on committed suicide. Well, remember Jacquelyn Smith, the woman who was supposedly killed by a panhandler. Well, and her husband was crying and felt distraught that his wife was dead, was killed and stabbed by a panhandler, and Baltimore police was searching for the person that did it. And guess what? It turns out that the husband and his stepdaughter was responsible of killing his wife. And it was going to go to Mexico until Texas police apprehended him before they even reached the Mexican border. So here's a news clip of this story, and then I'm going to finish the rest of my commentary.
Yeah, Mallory. Well, it turns out that Baltimore police say that Jacqueline's husband, Keith, and her stepdaughter, Valeria, were the people who actually made up the story, and they're charged with her murder. We're learning that just a couple of moments ago, police told us that what happened was they were found in Texas, somewhere near the U.S.-Mexico border, and were detained, ultimately arrested. The warrants for their arrest were signed this morning. Now, this story back in December had a completely different narrative. We were told then that Jacquelyn was giving money to a panhandler, and when that exchange was happening, she was then stabbed in the chest. What we now know is that that entire story, according to police, was made up. We aren't sure what the motive is at the moment, but we do know that the two have been arrested and are currently waiting to be extradited back here to Maryland. Now, we did get a chance to speak with the acting commissioner, Michael Harrison, during his first press conference with Baltimore media. Here's what he had to say.
During the course of our investigation, we developed evidence that Mr. Smith was leaving Maryland, so we made the appropriate national notifications, and the Texas State Police arrested him this morning.
Now, obviously, this story is one that garnered national attention, also getting attention from people that are worried about giving money to those handing out money here in the streets of Baltimore. We heard from Mayor Catherine Pugh earlier today, along with State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby, who say that while this story may paint a negative light of what Baltimore is right now, they are doing everything they can to fix that narrative. Again, we are just learning that Keith Smith and his daughter, Valeria Smith, Jacquelyn Smith's husband and stepdaughter, have been arrested in connection to her murder last December. Now, we'll bring you much more of this story coming up on the news at 11, and of course, we'll be updating our website, WMAR2news.com. For now, reporting live here in Baltimore, I'm Skyler Henry, WMAR2 News.
Well, there you have it, people. You know, it's sickening that you're going to stage your own wife's murder and blame the panhandler. And the panhandler are the homeless people, that wants money, that needs money. You're going to blame them for your wife's murder. And then him and his daughter staged the entire thing. Now, as you can tell by the news clip, they said that they don't really know what the motive was of why they staged this crime. But I believe it's because of money. And matter of fact, I know it's because of money. Because why would you want to kill your own spouse unless it's money involved in it? And possibly she has like $1 million policy if something bad happens to her. So, and I'm just basically speculating. We really don't know for sure. But later on in this, probably later on, that all this is going to come out. But they probably plan it out and say, well, here's what we want to do. We're going to go ahead. We need the money. So we're going to go ahead and kill this woman here. And we're going to get, because I know there's $1 million policy. So we're going to go ahead and kill this woman here. And then we're going to go straight to Mexico. That's what this brother thinks. And he was acting like he was crying. Oh, my wife is dead. I don't know why did it happen. And he staged the entire thing. And like I said before, most panhandlers, it doesn't matter what city you live in, most panhandlers basically don't have nothing. All they need is money to survive with. Some just need money to get something to eat. Some just need money to, to drink sometimes. But to accuse a panhandler of murdering your wife is sickening and beyond sick. Some people even questioning that because panhandlers don't carry knives or guns. They don't. Excuse me. They don't carry those weapons inside them. All they say that they just want money to feed their families. When I used to live in the D.C. area, and here now when I live in the Nashville area, you see a lot of homeless and panhandlers across the cities. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I would just give them a few dollars, as an act of kindness, as a show of respect. But to sit here and to say a panhandler murdering your wife, that's just puzzling on its own. So they had a plan set up for the wife. And again, like I said, I'm just speculating. It's all about money to him. And like I say, she probably have like $1 million policy or a $3 million policy that he can't let go. So him and his daughter made a plot and say, you know what, we have a plan. We don't have no money. We need to get out of here. We don't like her. And remember, this is speculation. I'm just speculating. But we really don't know. I think more news about this story will come out later. But I believe in my mind and in my heart, that's what it is. It's all about money. So they staged to kill this woman over, quote unquote, $1 million policy. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is sick. When I heard about this story last year, it broke my heart because at that time I felt for the brother. The brother lost his wife, and the thing of it is, but the story is not add up either because if it was a panhandler that killed his wife, they would have found him or her by now. And they looked at all over the city of Baltimore, finding out where the panhandler was, and it turns out it was staged. It was a setup. It was all lies to him. So I hope he's been charged, which he's him and his daughter's been charged, and I hope they seek justice in the full extent of the law. My thoughts and prayers goes to the Jacquelyn Smith's family, which is her side of the family, because they've been distraught over this story. And this brother here, that staged it, I hope he served life in prison, in my opinion. Or because obviously that to me was outrageous. And this woman, who's a good person, I heard she was a good person, didn't deserve this at all. Well, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this. Share this video. Like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.